Good morning. It's June 2nd, 2021. It's Wednesday. It's time for our midweek devotion. My name is Pastor Vance. Thank you for joining me. As I'm sure you are aware, 2 days past was Memorial Day on Monday. If you're like most people, you went to the beach, you went out on a boat, you had a little holiday, you had a picnic, something like that. I think that's what most people do on Memorial Day. For some reason, that's not what happens in the Rains house. My wife Kelly has become convinced that Memorial Day, Labor Day are perfect days to do projects around the house, and so this is a bit of our tradition. So on Monday we were in the yard working for most of the day. The big project for us Monday was Kelly had noticed that our yard had some brown spots in it, which we shouldn't. We have an automatic sprinkler system. We have a yard crew. We have a guy that comes and sprays the yard for pests and fertilizes, I think, and so we should have a perfect yard. But we've got just a few brown spots, nothing major, nothing unsightly, but just what's going on there. So the obvious thing is, well, we better check the sprinkler system. The sprinkler usually goes on in the middle of the night, works when we're in bed and asleep. So we didn't know if it was working or not. So okay, so we both get out in the yard and I turn on the sprinkler system and we check it zone by zone. Well, sure enough, there were some spots of the yard that the sprinkler just wasn't reaching. And it's been really dry, you know that. We haven't had rain, and so it just wasn't getting any sort of irrigation. So went around the yard, and some places it just took a little tweaking. The sprinkler heads have been, bumped or moved probably by the lawnmower rolling over them, or somebody kicked it. I don't know. So it just took a little bit of turning things to make sure they're in the right direction. That was easy. No big deal. A few places we discovered that shrubs and trees had grown and were blocking the sprinkler. The sprinkler was working just fine. There was just a bush or a tree in the way. I had to cut part of a palm tree down. I had to cut part of a rose bush back, just to make just to make room for the irrigation to function. In another place, discovered that I had put a big planter right in front of a sprinkler head, and so it was blocking it. That was my fault. I put an object in the way. So just with a little bit of investigation, just with a little paying attention, just a little tweaking, a little pruning, a little bit of reevaluating where things go in my yard, the sprinkler's working just fine again, and the yard's getting the water it needs. That's a metaphor. Sometimes I think in our spiritual lives, we get some brown spots, right? And when I say spiritual life, I don't just mean the religious dimension of my life. So we're, going to church and however I practice my spirituality, because the Bible doesn't talk in those kinds of ways as though our spiritual life is somehow separate from our work life or family life or social life, whatever. I always find it really significant that when Jesus was asked the greatest commandment, he said, love the Lord your God. No, well, he said that, but he didn't stop there. He said, love the Lord your God with all of your heart, all of your mind, all of your soul, all of your strength. He could have just said, the most important thing you can do is love God and love your neighbor. Of course, that too. So there's the relational dimension of our life. But he said, love the Lord your God in a particular way. He means your whole being, that your intellectual life, your social life, your spiritual life, your spiritual practices, your vocation, your emotions, your intellect. It's everything. Heart, mind, soul, body, strength, relationship. Love God and your neighbor with all of it, right? So when I say your spiritual life, I don't just mean your religious life, because everything is spiritual, right? And so we get brown spots in our lives, right? But sometimes it happens we're not even paying attention, right? We're just not noticing, right? Maybe we're not realizing that that the systems we thought we had in place to nurture the fullness of our life and our health maybe just aren't working like they're supposed to. Maybe some part of our life has become overgrown and is dominating and blocking the other parts of our life. Maybe we've moved something into our life that is just not where it ought to be. Like that's just it's blocking, right? Like a big planter in the way. Maybe it just takes a little tweaking. It's a metaphor, right? Now, in a week or two, we're in June, in Florida, in Orlando, the summer afternoon storms are about to start. We're probably gonna get plenty of rain. I probably could put my planter anywhere I want. Everything's gonna be growing. Probably just turn off the irrigation system. The grass will be growing fast and will be beautiful green and fill in all the brown spots because we'll get so much rain. Well, there's seasons like that, right? That just sort of everything is rich and full in our lives and everything's going just right. Thank God. But sometimes, if we're all honest, sometimes there's dryness, right? There's brown spots. There's spiritual dead zones. So sometimes maybe it's good, just like we did on Memorial Day, to pause and to take an honest look at our life. Where are the places in my life that there's dryness? Where are the places in my life that nothing seems to be growing? Where are the places in my life that aren't touched by God's Spirit right now? I'm not bringing that into my relationship with God. Where are the places that have gotten overgrown? Where are the places that I got junk in the way, right? And sometimes that evaluation, there's no need for that to be self-condemning. It's an opportunity to say, I'm gonna prune that back so that other parts of my life can have more fruitfulness. Jesus talked that way. I'm gonna move this object because I never should have put it there to begin with. Like, it's just too much, right? Maybe I just need to do a little tweaking here and there, to balance things better so I have greater fullness. Maybe I've got overgrowth in this area of my life, but not enough growth in this. So I'm going to be, you get the idea. And then we bring all that before God. We bring all of that before God because God has no desire for us to have dryness or dead spots in our life. What God desires for all of us is to live a full, abundant, healthy life. That is, we love God with all our heart, mind, soul, and strength. There's something reciprocal that happens, and we have life, right? This is what Jesus is all about, how to give us fuller, more abundant, eternal lives. So take a look at today, not just at your lawn, but at your life. Are there any brown spots? Are there any areas that need special attention and care? Bring it before God because God wants to give you health, growth, vitality in every dimension of your life. Friends, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. We'll see you soon.